The Packers have made a big step in keeping Aaron Rodgers. They've hired the quarterback coach Tom Clements, who apparently is very close to Rodgers and probably someone Rodgers prefers. For those of you that think this is a nothing burger, it probably is not a nothing burger because Aaron Rodgers is a man who just owned his own family. So it's key when a guy like this has a close person to him. You may want to keep that guy around and not burn bridges. What's your take on this?
So yeah, it's been a whirlwind. I know that Aaron Rodgers, in his personal life, I believe he and his fiance are now no longer
I didn't even know that.
engaged. So it's been a tough couple of years for Aaron Rodgers, and I mean, as long as he's okay with it, then he has nobody to answer to or respond to. But as far as his future in Green Bay, obviously this to me smells of like the when I was growing up, like the AAU coaches or teams would hire NBA teams would hire superstars, former AAU coaches to see if they would get him to come. Kevin Durant's the one example. I know somebody in DC, the
Hmm.
Wizards hired one of his coaches from the AAU tournament and stuff, and this is kind of what it seems like. It seems like a Hail Mary in an attempt to keep Aaron Rodgers, because let's be honest, I mean, what's the alternative now in Green Bay? No offense to Jordan Love, but it ain't
He didn't
him
look
right
great.
now. Yeah, and drafting another quarterback would basically be saying we're starting over. Acquiring maybe Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson would be the best case scenario if Aaron Rodgers leaves, but reality setting in, they want Aaron Rodgers to stay, and they're not very secretive about it. So I'm okay with this move. Uh, you know, was Aaron Rodgers consulted on this? Was he, asked about it? Because Tom Clements has been out of football, so it wasn't like they poached him from another team. So if you're talking about getting up and coming assistants, I mean, this guy's 68 years old. He's not up and coming. That's for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's a situation where I think it's a Hail Mary, and ultimately, you're right. It's not a nothing burger. I think if they feel, and if Aaron Rodgers feels like the organization is still committed to me despite everything that publicly could have been detrimental to myself and the organization, I feel like I owe it to the Packers to strongly consider staying here.
So here's my another aspect of this I think people need to realize in terms of the Tom Clements not being a nothing burger here. I think one of the most underappreciated coaching positions in football are the position coaches. There were, everybody loved talking about the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and the head coach. But there are other coaches that are even more personable with certain positions. I mean, you're a quarterback coach. How many quarterbacks are on their roster besides Aaron Rodgers? Like one. It is a very personable coach to put in there. And obviously, if the report is Aaron Rodgers likes this guy, I agree with it. It's a complete Hail Mary. It's one to the end zone. It's one of the greatest plays of all time, is what this is. He's a great
Right.
quarterback.
Right. And ultimately, I mean, yes, you can get younger, fresher guys with similar talent, profiles in Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, and things like that. But they haven't been with the Packers for 15 years. They haven't, been around. They don't know Matt LaFleur's offense. Like this is a great move by the Packers. And if it doesn't end up working out, I mean, you don't want to have a feeling of what if or regret that you maybe didn't bring this guy in, because Aaron Rodgers has not been shy to say that Tom Clements has been instrumental in the development of one of the better quarterbacks of all time. Him, Joe Philbin, and Alex Van Pelt specifically mentioned in Rodgers' quote. So yeah, I see this, and if it doesn't work and Aaron Rodgers leaves, I think you still got a good quarterback mind for maybe Jordan Love or whoever ends up taking the starting gig for the Packers come next season.
And even if Rodgers does stay, I feel like the Packers are buying themselves at least 2 more years to figure out the quarterback situation. I feel like
Right.
if this does work, this buys them even more time to realize, is Jordan Love the guy, or should we draft another one? Although they probably don't want to.
Yeah, I mean, the simple question really is, what does Aaron Rodgers want out of the rest of his career? He's got a ring. Now, if he's still continuing to chase a ring for legacy purposes,
Wow.
I understand. If he ends up trying to go somewhere else that may feel a little bit more competitive or complete. But what hasn't he done? I mean, 4 MVPs. He's got the playoff success, there's some playoff failures, and obviously he's got the Super Bowl ring. Like, what does Aaron Rodgers want for the rest of his career?
How much touchdowns does he have? He was like 400 something, or is it? It's close to 500, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is, because I think he passed Brett Favre this year, and it was in the fours. I don't know exactly where it is.
So can you imagine? Because next year he's probably not going to throw 7 interceptions. The man could have 500 touchdowns and still under 100 interceptions by the end of next season. That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, having a great TDINT ratio is awesome. It's not something that
Please.
people are going to remember. I mean, it'll be something that when people are trying to debate the GOAT talk, they'll throw that in. But I mean,
come on.
Do you think
that's a valid argument, though? You can't sleep on that one.
But we don't play this game just to avoid turnovers. We play this game to win championships.
So if your quarterback turns the ball over more, it looks better?
Eli Manning's thrown a ton of interceptions. He's going to go in the Hall of Fame.
Brett
Favre threw a ton of interceptions as well.
He's not in my Hall of Fame. Sorry.
He's not in mine either. Brett Favre is, but he's not my. But see, that's the thing. I think Brett Favre's in the Hall of Fame. I don't think Eli Manning is, and Manning has double the amount of Super Bowls as Brett Favre. It's crazy. It's a crazy discussion, but I'm saying, like, this isn't even about the discussion of the GOAT. Like, is this the thing that's in Aaron Rodgers' mind? Do I want to be in the GOAT talk? I mean, what else does he have to accomplish?
Well, I mean, I'm sure a Super Bowl ring would be nice, but yeah.
And if that's not with the Packers, then I understand. But if other than that, if he feels content, then I think staying in Green Bay is the smart move.
I think if he doesn't feel content, you still have the best chance to win there.
Probably so. I don't disagree with that.
Probably. Chris